next to my bathroom in my basement. This is My Worst Holiday. It's a podcast about your worst wedding, funeral, bachelor party, bachelorette party, vacation, or whatever stories out there. That doesn't have to be a holiday. Just tell me a funny fucking story. And also, I want everybody to promote themselves on the show, like this gentleman from across the pond for the second time, Alex Whiteley from the Shrusbury Biscuit podcast. Alex, say hello.
Well, hello. Thank you for. I'm joking.
That's
really
exactly
funny.
the way Roger did it too. He's like, hello.
That's really funny because of the conversation we were just having. I was like, oh, you got to do a big energy exchange.
It was really fucking good.
So yeah, hi everybody. I'm Alex Whiteley. I'm from Shrewsbury in Shropshire, UK, and I do host
That was the funniest thing too, because I'm like, what city are you from? You're like Shrewsbury, and I'm like, well, that makes fucking sense.
Shrewsbury of the Biscuits, yeah. It's in the title, man.
Known for their biscuits, actually.
Yeah, but not the savory scone things you guys dollop gloopy gravy on. The proper cookie biscuits, you know.
So good. You know, and this I was thinking about the name of the town as a Shrewsbury, Shrewsbury. But isn't a shrew like kind of like a bitch, you know, like a taming of the shrew, you know, or something like that? So like, did they get it named from like a bunch of Bitchesburg? You know, is that like it's like this is the Bitchesburg podcast, cookie podcast.
There's loads of different like origins of the name Shrewsbury. So some people say Shrewsbury, some people say Shrewsbury. They usually say it depends which side of the river you're on, you know.
It's not like shrew, like a shrew. So, which is either a little.
You try telling that to some people around here.
It means there's an S. I'm thinking maybe it's two bitches city. So
I'm just sharing the podcast. So I'm sorry, guys. I'm just multitasking right now. There you go. I shared it. So yeah, Shrewsbury or Shrewsbury, but there's also Scruggersburg, because it's a very old town, which is because it was built on a bog. There's part of it that was built on a bog that they used to like dunk people in or something. I don't know. So it's like there's lots of origin stories of the name of the town.
They used to just dunk people in, like.
Apparently so, as like a punishment, like, you know, they used to do crazy things to people that were a little bit naughty.
Did they used to call witches shrews as well?
I don't know. Maybe we should Google that. Though. Witches shrews.
We should Google that.
I only know shrew as like the little rodent, the little.
Yeah, the little rodent. There's the shrew, yeah, and then there's William Shakespeare, Taming of the Shrew, which was just a bitch. You know, so.
We do have Charles Darwin is from Shrewsbury.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Oh.
That's
where we got that origin.
That's where we got that origin from. The origin of the shrew species. I don't know how that works, but it's Charles Darwin. Yeah, he's from Shrewsbury. We have Charlie Adlard, co-creator of The Walking Dead.
What's that? Sorry, I missed that.
He's just entertaining himself right now. I love this. We got Charlie Adlard as well. Is co-creator of The Walking Dead. He lives in Shrewsbury. Very nice guy. Trying to think what else we got. We've got a couple of home bargains in town. Great shops, great low prices. We don't have a McDonald's in the main town, which is a claim to fame these days. We've got a couple on the outskirts.
How many? What's the population of your Shrewsbury?
Oh, do you know what? I don't know. I'm going to Google this because what is the population?
I mean, like we're like 20,000 with La Salle, Peru. We're 20,000. We got 2 McDonald's, a Burger King, and Wendy's, and drum roll, please. We're getting a motherfucking Popeyes. Woo!
Ooh, we've got apparently 2021 census 76,700.
Oh Jesus! And you don't have a McDonald's?
No, so we do have. We have like. Do you guys have like retail parks on the outside of the cities and stuff? Like,
yeah.
So we have like one either side of the town. So there's 2 on the outskirts, but in the actual town.
And I can see that because the cities in England are like, oh, how long has this been around? Oh, 1,500 years, and like our town has been around, 100.
I mean, our town, there are Roman links to just outside
Yeah,
Shrewsbury.
that's what I'm saying. Yeah,
Yeah,
there's room. So you're going back 2,000. You're going 2 millennia. You know, we're going
exactly.
maybe 2 centuries.
What we're getting Wendy's in the UK, by the way. We found out the other day. And my wife spent a year in Canada. So she's like a familiar with the things they do over there. So I think she's tasted Wendy's and stuff like. And she's like, "Oh my god, in the UK we're getting like 400 branches of Wendy's." And so she was like, "You're gonna taste it? Oh, it's amazing burger." And I was like, "Okay, fine." But as from America, I mean, like compared to like McDonald's, is it better? Is it the same? I mean, what is the
It's a
verdict on
different.
Wendy's?
It's basically like it's basically the same except for the hamburgers are square. And it's less money. It's less money, but I think the burger quality is better on Wendy's.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, another place to waste my money then. Okay, that sounds
Now
great.
Burger King, they have the flame broiled, so those are cooked over a flame, just like
Yeah,
Dairy Queen, and I like them
yeah.
both better.
Right, I'm just gonna get onto Uber Eats. Just gonna order it.
There you go. It might take 13 hours to get there, but yeah.
When's the last time we did this? Was it COVID? I think
Oh,
it was like
it's been several years. Yeah.
yeah, I think it was like during COVID that we did this, when everybody in the world decided they were going to create a podcast. I remember like we launched You Suck, the podcast that we did with there was the US team and the UK team, hence the name You Suck. We had like 5 podcasts running on that network, and we're like, we're going to launch it on April Fools, on just as COVID kicked off. It was like the worst possible timing to release something brand new. We had fun with it, but it
You want
was
to hear the worst thing that happened well, not the worst thing that happened during COVID, but a buddy of mine that I worked with bought a bowling alley. Just bought the bowling alley, just signed the paperwork. The next week, everything fucking shut down.
Oh my god, the most particle-ridden place you could ever buy.
Exactly. Like the only thing it could be worse is just licking the balls when you go out there. Like it's just like it's not a great. That means 2 things. That's a double on top.
There we go. We're learning things today on the Shrewsbury Biscuit. You stick your fingers in this COVID-ridden ball. I mean, I couldn't imagine the worst place to buy during a pandemic. You know, you can't eat that. You couldn't play that safely, could you? Really, unless you had your own ball. And that was it.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, I guess so. They got the spray stuff for the shoes or whatever, you know. But when it finally opened up, when the restrictions kind of opened up a little bit, and we all felt bad for him, you know, like so we want to support him. So he set up a bunch of benches and tables and shit outside, and I spent like $100 on fucking bowling alley, like gut rot bowling alley food, and I'm a Scotch drinker, or you know, like a very like I just drink my shit straight. This is vodka, so I've got ice on it, but usually I drink my whiskey neat. And I go, well, I'll have a Scotch, and she brings it out in like this plastic cup, just packed to the top with ice, and the Scotch pour it. I'm like looking at it. Like, well, this is on me because I did order a Scotch at a bowling alley, so this is on me. Okay.
We went to a bowling alley in Shrewsbury recently, and we ordered food from there. And yeah, you're right. It's like there was a certain what's the word for it? Style. It's a bowling alley food. You know that shit that congeals on the back of an old like sort of hot plate. That's just put that on a plate and just here you go.
Yes.
That's your food.
I think it's like $150 we blew on fucking bowling alley food. You know?
Rubber wings and cement chips and stuff. Yeah.
Yes. I think I'll have the $20 corn dog platter. That sounds nice.
So how many episodes are you in on My Worst Holiday now?
I don't know.
In the ballpark, 300, 400?
Oh no, probably maybe closer to 2. Maybe closer to 2.
Okay.
But we are on, because I got to plug this right now too. We are on a network. It's called Mosaic TV. So if you have a Roku device, if you have an Android device, download Mosaic TV and you get to see the wonderful Alex Whiteley. And of course, yours truly of My Worst Holiday. Hey, Get it, girl. All right. So, yeah. So we are on Mosaic TV, and they're fantastic. I don't think it's streaming live right now because I'm doing it on a Monday. I usually do it on Tuesdays and Thursdays. But I did give Tori, hey Tori, a heads up that we were doing it. Also having somebody live from England, from across the pond.
Absolutely. So Tori, get on it, mate. Get it on the big screen. I want to see my face plastered on a 70-inch screen because that's exactly where it belongs.
I can actually, once it's up, I've got my 100-inch projector in my on the other side of the wall here. I can take a picture of that.
Nah, what you want to do is you want to park and you want to get it on the side of some other schmuck's house. just my face unsolicited on the side of someone's house, like. So it's a good time.
Like that. I would like to see that happen.
Yeah. So yeah, the Shrusbury Biscuit. It's been going for 6 years, over 500 episodes. And the idea is like to give an insight to all kind of life in Shrewsbury. Because I feel like everybody's got a story. And like my philosophy is to like tell the story of a name above a door. You know, you may walk past a store all the time, a shop, and you may have never gone in until you hear the story on the Shrewsbury Biscuit, and you might be like, "Oh yeah, I heard this fella on Alex Whiteley's podcast," and you go, "Oh, he's quite sound. He is. I might go and give him some money." So that's the idea of the podcast. It's quite cool.
That's awesome because you're never going to run out of content. Everybody's got a story, you know.
Exactly.
I mean, and that's fantastic. It's kind of what I thought mine was kind of like, you know, like getting people on because everybody has a story, has something, you know, like they want to tell or talk about, you know, or something, and then I just add commentary on the end of it. So my job's easy. So
it's just like I feel like conversations like kind of dying out a bit. We're living in like a TikTok era. I always talk about this. Like, I think especially the younger generation. I say that I do scroll on reels, especially funny cat videos. I don't know what it is. I used to hate stuff like that.
Cat videos are the best. They really are. I hate cats, but watching them suffer on some level makes me. There's that one that had like a ceiling fan and something was like a ball was flying around on it, and the cat reached out and grabbed it.
And he's like absolute anxiety, and you're like,
I thought that was the funniest fucking thing I ever seen. I showed it to my wife, and she has the absolute opposite reaction as me, because I'm like, ah! She's like, oh
God. But yeah, I feel like
I don't know.
I'm not a big cat person. I don't mind cats. I prefer dogs though. Dogs are great. I think they're just so dopey and they die for your affection. Where a cat's kind of like, you know what, you can fuck right off.
You can give a fuck less about your affection.
But yeah. So attention span. I feel like we kind of get into that area where like short attention spans. You know, I feel like we need to keep on and encouraging long conversations about what's important. Do you know what I mean? And I love that. Like, I mean, it's mad because I don't do very well conversationally away from the podcast. It's really weird. I struggle to find subjects to talk about, especially if I don't have any interest in the person I'm talking to. I can kind of drift off a little bit.
So, how about that sky?
Well, that's a British thing as well, isn't it? Talking about the weather. That's all we fucking do. Like, but yeah. So, so how's things going? Like now that Trump's coming back in America, is it like hellfire brimstone? Is it everybody rejoicing joy? I mean, what's?
I'm not terrified. You're terrified. You don't have to. Fuck. Yeah, that's one of the things I don't talk. I don't talk politics on.
Oh, okay, that's fine.
Politics, okay, you know, we don't talk, you know, religion or any of that.
No, that's fine. That's fine. But if you're ever in danger,
a lot of people don't think the same way I do, and they're all wrong, obviously. But they still don't think the same way I do.
Exactly. Yeah, I think that's common sense. I don't do a lot of political talk on my show either.
It's not common, Alex.
It does creep into everyday sort of conversation now. I think it is kind of like
it's kind of impending doom kind of a feeling, you know. Anyway.
I'm sure you'll be fine after 4 years. I mean, survive the
I might be
first bout,
moving in
right?
with you, Alex. I'm not sure. How's things in
Plenty.
England? How's things post Brexit? Let's
I think I don't know. It's a bit of a mess at the moment because we've had a strict government that's kind of made things a lot worse financially. I don't know. In now the new government's in, they're trying to fix it, and people are like, "Why haven't you fixed it yet?" And it's like it's been like 12 weeks. Like, give me a chance. Like,
well, here,
calm down.
there you go. I fixed it.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Well, you wanted some funny stories, right? You asked me for some funny
You're
stories.
talking about that. You're talking about that short attention span thing. You know, like people like, what? It's not fixed yet. But we
Why is my Netflix more expensive? What? Like, yeah, it's the little things that people are concerned about. I think we're well and truly nicely sort of distracted from the world. I think, you know, we got lots going on, haven't we? Lots to look at, lots of pretty things to look at, you know, with
no,
Netflix and Disney.
I hear Canada's nice this time of presidential time.
I think as long as you're not gay, black, or Mexican, I think you're fine. I think you're fine.
Yeah.
You'll be fine.
Well, yeah, for me, I think I'm going to be fine. Like,
are you sure you're not gay, black, or Mexican?
Well, there's that one time in college.
Yeah.
By
the end of it, it was all kinds of colors.
Yeah, I'm never going to be Mexican again.
No, but I enjoy speaking to people. I think it's nice. I feel like we need to slow down every now and again, don't we? Just sit and just talk it out, you know. Because there's nothing better. There's nothing better than sitting and interviewing someone in a coffee shop. I love interviewing in coffee shops and places where they're like you can hear like the clinking of the glasses and the cups, and you can hear the coffee grinder and people's conversations.
That ambiance in the back, that real background.
Yeah, I love that because it feels like I'm inviting people to the table. You know, it's kind of really good. My equipment I can take anywhere. I can set up literally anywhere. It's really cool.
Yeah. Well, that's the beauty of what we have now. It's so easy. It's so portable. Yeah, everything's just bang. You know, right here. You know, it's so easy.
Yeah.
I've been thinking about doing mine at a bar, but I'm trying to figure out like how to do like the PA kind of a thing, you know, so like you can hear, you know, like with the noise that you have at a bar, like people being able to hear the podcast without any kind of, echo or, you know, reflection or anything of sound. So that's the only thing that's kind of holding me back from that, because I've got some great ideas for doing some live shows. Tori Johnson's watching. She is the owner of Mosaic TV, baby. Hey, everybody, we're talking to Alex Whiteley. He is the owner of the Shrusbury Biscuit podcast. And they mean biscuits, they mean cookies. Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is the LaSalle Cookie podcast.
Do you know where it came from?
No.
So there is a place in Shrewsbury that has a. This is great. This is how boring our lives are in the UK. We have a plaque to commemorate the birthplace of the Shrewsbury biscuit. Originally, it was the Shrewsbury cake, and then it became the Shrewsbury biscuit. And the podcast came from because I started off life in the neighbor town in Telford. Then I moved to Wrexham, and I grew up in Wrexham. And then I eventually found my way in Shrewsbury. And it's the first place I've lived where I've actually felt proud about where I live. I mean, I was walking across a bridge. You know,
now you feel pretty proud about Wrexham now. Like now they've got some backing. Now they've got some.
That's bittersweet. This is going to sound really bizarre, and I know I'm live, and it's I don't know to people that I know and love in Wrexham. I'm sorry, I'm going to say this, but you probably know what I'm going to go on about. I was the English kid in a Welsh school. And there is an English-Welsh divide. Well, there was when I was growing up, and it was very difficult. I couldn't go to the Wrexham games because I'd get chased, I'd get battered, like I'd be fighting. So like because I'm English, yeah, genuinely, like they don't like the English.
Well, isn't Welsh?
Welsh is Welsh and English is English. Like there's a bit of I think it goes back generations and generations and generations. There is a lot of I wouldn't say hate, but they're like kind of like cramped twins. They kind of got to get on with each other, but they don't really like the fact that they have to. Do you know what I mean?
Welsh is more related to Scottish than English, right?
It's Celtic, yeah. So it's Celtic, and it's like
Yeah, it's Celtic. That's what I am.
it's
I'm
got its
Celtic.
own language, it's got its own history, and there's lots of castles around around Wrexham, Wales, but that was to keep the Welsh in line. Basically, the the English were kind of like, we're going to put
That
a
doesn't
castle on
sound
every
like the English.
town. If you don't behave yourselves, we'll shoot you with arrows. But then what the
Yeah.
Welsh used to do is they used to invade the castles and take them for themselves. So
I'm a Scottish.
oh, okay. So you're the one, are you? There's only
Yeah.
a couple of you guys over there, isn't there? A couple of Irish
There's a
and a
few.
couple of.
They're all in my family. It's yeah.
Have you ever been? Have you been to Scotland?
No, I haven't. But I do go to Irish Fest. So I've got that going for me.
So my dad and my two brothers and my sister, they all live in Ireland. I used to go over for the summer holidays. They used to chuck me on a ferry or on a plane or whatever, and we used to go and spend time in Ireland. So I do have that. I have the Irish thing. I've never been to Scotland either. I live right. It's right there. It's right there.
Really?
I've never been.
Oh wow.
Because
Well, you
it's
can
a
get Scotch
fucking
anywhere. So
shithole. I'll just never.
you can
I'm
go see a
joking.
lot of rain if you want to. Like it's not raining enough where I am.
I actually really want to go. And there's like their version of Route 66. There's like a 500-mile road, I think it is. I don't know how. That was stupid. I don't know how far it is, but it goes all the way around the coast of Scotland. This road,
yeah?
And you can create little stops all the way around. So I'd love to do that. Something like that. That'd be quite cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just kind of wanted to see. There's a guy that he's got a podcast. What's the name of it? His name's Barry. Can't think of it.
But
no. He told a great story about it was very funny. But anyway, he's like one of my first guests, and he's from Scotland, and he was very funny. He lives in Edinburgh.
My mum likes to go to Edinburgh quite a bit. I've never been there. But I've realised I said to you, yeah, I'm going to record this audio for the Shrusbury Biscuit, and I've just gone, oh, Scotland's a fucking shithole as a joke. Not. Now I'm going to have to edit that out because they will come for me.
There goes that demographic.
Yeah, there you go. Sorry, Scotland. No, I did.
My friend Peg is watching. She said, and Bob's your uncle, because that's all we know about England.
Bob's your uncle.
Who the fuck is Bob?
Who the fuck is Bob? And what's his uncle done? Like,
yeah,
Bob,
exactly.
why is that a problem? Like, Bob's your uncle, and what's the problem with that? Like, yeah.
I don't know. All I know is something's done when I say, and Bob's your uncle. There we go. It's all done.
Bob's my uncle, and why is that an insult? It's like
fucking Bob.
Yeah. So yeah, you wanted some funny stories as well, didn't you? I thought of. I think last time on my story, when I came on your podcast, there are like 3 or 4 stories that I always tell when I come on podcasts. So I've saved them for last.
All right.
Just in case, but I've got other ones as well.
Well, I don't actually load up to Apple anymore. I'm just primarily on YouTube. Like
just on YouTube.
Yep.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll start with the one I absolutely nailed a girl with a stone once in the middle of her head when I was a kid. And I mean fucking proper like so I think I was about 9 years old, maybe a bit older, maybe about 10. And we were at my friend's house, and we were standing outside, and across the street there's these girls, and we have these like BT boxes. They're big green boxes, and they have all the like server connections and stuff, like, and it's it's about it's about 3 or 4 feet tall. And there's a group of girls, and there's this one girl sat on the box, and what I'm doing, I'm winding her up, I'm picking up stones, and I'm throwing it at the box in between her legs to scare her. Bam.
Okay.
Bam. I've got a good aim, and I thought this is really, really funny. And as I went to throw my last stone, my friend knocked me, and I threw the stone, and I hit the perfect, very high-powered shot right between her eyes.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Knocked her clean off the BT box. She fell off.
That's how she knows you like her.
I got in so much trouble. Like
Really?
it was like
You hit
it
a
was
girl
like
in between the eyes with a rock and you got in so much trouble?
she was fine, by the way. I didn't kill the
I'm
girl,
sure
but
she's
she
fine.
she
Sure.
was not very
She
happy, and
can't
she went
sleep
into
through a straw now, but she's fine.
oh
Still
my
has a
god.
nice set on her.
My god, it was so
Thank
embarrassing.
God she's all right. It didn't hit her in the tits.
Well, we were like 10-year-olds, so I mean, like
Right.
it's one of those. It's one of those moments that you go when you
I
go
don't
to
remember
sleep.
you used to stutter.
Just it's just a stupid situation, and then
that hurt.
yeah, I got in so much trouble. So yeah, that's one moment that sticks in my mind, and it's one of those things that when you're really embarrassed about something and you go to sleep and you remember it and you go, and you like you feel the embarrassment again and then you try and get to sleep. Yeah, it's one of those stories that stick in my head.
Oh yeah, your fucking mate just fucking bumped you a little bit.
So yeah, that's me absolutely just crushing a girl off a BT box. We all do those
Most
things
guys
as
just
kids,
pull
though.
their hair a little bit to let them know that you like them. Like
Yeah, not give them a
I
concussion
like the
and
way
then
you take it to a next level, Alex.
absolutely like want a date. Have some of that. So yeah, there was that. I think we all do those silly things as kids and learn, but 3 years in juvie was just not what I asked for.
I got a lot of trouble 3 years in juvie. Solid joke, buddy.
I love that. I was talking today about have you ever like not recognized someone you probably should have?
All the time.
Oh, so
I'm ADD as fuck. I am just like I can see you 1,000 times. Like say you're at the gas station, all right, and I know you from the gas station. If I see you at Walmart, oh look, who is it? Who the fuck is it? Who is it? You know him. You know him, Mark. Come on, you can do this, buddy.
I have to
Come
run
on.
across to the other
Put the
aisle. If I'm
connections.
in the
Come in.
supermarket and I don't know the name,
Nothing.
I'm not going to
Just
speak to you.
it's like I got hit in the head by a rock. Like, so I brought that
Oh
back around.
god.
But but I'm just terrible at it. I'm the fucking worst.
Names. I'm so bad. Faces, but not names. I said this earlier today. I was like, I'm really bad with names. I speak to so many people. I said that I sound like an arrogant prick, but I do. I speak to lots and lots of people, and I forget names
Yes.
all the time. There's someone that been on my podcast like 3 years ago, and I'm like, oh shit, what's their name?
Yeah. Like
And
I look
then
back at some of my old episodes and I'm like, who the fuck is that? Like,
I forgot a name earlier of somebody, and I've still forgotten his name. Jesus Christ. Somebody I interviewed twice actually when I was doing USUC. And he had a really interesting story, and I really should remember. And I was talking about him on the podcast, and you feel like such a dick, but I guess that's normal. That's life, isn't it?
yeah.
But I remember I covered a Comic-Con event as well. It's like a Comic-Con, but it's more like for the comic book artists rather than like your Walking Dead stars and stuff. It's in Shrewsbury.
Right.
It was Comic Salopia. Shane Shebsey, if you're watching, great organizer, set up a really great event. And he gave us a studio for 2 days next to where they were doing the panels. They'd do the panels and then they come straight into our studio, do an interview of us, and then they go off. This is like 2019, just before the pandemic and stuff. It was amazing. And this guy come in, Jamali Maddox, and he sits down, and I'm like, "Oh, hi, you right? How's it going?" And I said to him, "Jamali, so what are you known for? What do you do?" And he goes, I'm on the telly. I'm on the TV."
Oh,
Now, I don't know. I don't watch a lot of terrestrial TV.
well, there's a lot of things on the telly. Like, I'm on the fucking telly. Like, okay.
But the thing is, now he is a very famous stand-up artist. He's an Asian guy with a big beard, and he's done lots of documentaries across America. I think he's Muslim guy, and he was going and he was speaking to people in America, like rednecks and stuff. He was going to stay at their houses and stuff, like just to see what they were like as human beings. It was quite revealing documentary. Actually, it was quite cool. So he's quite famous. But I was just like, I just remember going like, "Oh, so what are you known for?" He's like, I'm on the telly." I box set. I watch Netflix and stuff. I don't watch TV. Do you know what I mean? So
Well, either way, like there's like a Google amount of people on the fucking tally, you know, like you want to narrow it down there, little buddy. Like there's a lot of Disney Plus things I haven't watched, you know, like
so much on there that Netflix, like they're releasing something amazing like every week, and I'm like, oh my god, just back off a little bit, will you?
Were you on Hey Jesse? No? Okay. All right. Well, I thought The Nanny. Wait, did I see you on The Nanny? No, I didn't see.
That being said, Jamal, if you're watching this, he was a great guy, and we did a great interview. But I just felt like a dick, like, you know, when you feel like you should. I
promise you, Alex, that he's not.
You don't know this. We don't know he's not watching.
Exactly. Jamali. It's like Dumb and Dumber. You had like a 1%. So you're saying there's a chance.
Jamali, get in the comments. Just let us know you're watching. Say hi.
just talk to me in the comments, Jamali. Nope, Melissa Mackey's still watching though. All right, Melissa. Love you, chick.
Hi, Melissa. All right, how's it going?
Of all the people that's watching.
Okay, I do. There's a story that my wife wanted to tell because it's a homage to someone that passed away that a few years ago. That is a stepdad, Steve, passed away a couple of years ago. A few years ago, actually.
Did you use the H in that word?
What? In what?
Homage.
Homage.
Isn't it homage? I think, isn't it silent? Is it silent?
Yeah, it's homage. Did I say the H?
Yeah.
I want to pay homage.
Homage. I'm gonna pay homage to this nice person. Like,
I want to pay
fuck it up right out the gate. Like
I want to pay homage to Steve. So
you really like jalapenos.
I love jalapenos. Jalapenos are really good. So my wife is.
I just cooked with them today. I made a Mexican pizza. It was
They're addictive, right? I think jalapenos are definitely.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, they release that hormone in you. Like when you like hot stuff, it releases an endorphin in you, and it's kind of like heroin. Is what they? It's not exactly that I know of. But once you start eating hot stuff, your body wants that because it gives you that endorphin, that little high. You know, so
a few days ago we ordered Indian food in, and I had a madras, which is really quite hot, and it was a fireball of a curry. And my wife is looking at me, and she's like, "Are you enjoying your curry?" I was like, "It's amazing." It was so hot, and it does make you but so tasty, right? Why do we do this to ourselves? So Steve. Back to Steve.
So
to Steve, homage.
Homage. Yeah.
Homage. Yeah, homage.
Homage to Steve.
So my wife is Colombian, and she has her family, her mom and her auntie, a cousin, Nan comes to stay as well sometimes. And there's a big collection of.
Tell her I said, "Como está?"
Como estás? I won't shout it too loud. She's in bed. She'll come and slap me around the back of the head. Oh, trust me, the Colombian fire is just unbelievable. I can ask my wife if she wants a cup of coffee in the morning. She'd be like, it's just not. It's normal. It's normal. Anyway, so there's a family gathering, and there's lots of Colombians in the room. My wife, her auntie, her mom, and Steve is married to her mom, obviously, and Nan. Everybody's there in this room, and somebody knocks at the door, and. By the way, I forgot to tell you, this is an accidental kidnapping. So I thought I should mention this. Right, so
you don't get a lot of those, but all right, it's an accidental kidnapping.
I think actually this was Christmas.
Remind me after. I can't tell it on here, but I can tell it off here. Remind me to tell you the story after.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we'll discuss that. So this is an accidental kidnapping story. So it's around Christmas. We're all together. There's a knock at the door. And Steve goes to answer the door, and he comes back in, and behind him is this nervous-looking girl, and he just sits down and cracks on conversation. She just stood there, and we're looking at Steve, and we're like, "What? Who's this person?" And he's like, "Is he not one of your relatives? Is she not one of your relatives?" And we're like, "No." She was like some charity door-to-door saleswoman, and she's just been brought into the house and just left stood there in the living room surrounded by all these people. But because she had
come on, hair, guy just drags her in.
because she had dark hair. You thought she was Latino, and she just part of the family. It was so bad. Oh my god! It was one of
What's
the
funny
funny.
about this is, like, from her perspective, she's just waiting for everybody to settle down so she can start her presentation.
Yeah. She's like, calm down, people. But we just look at her. We all burst out laughing. We're rolling around laughing. This girl's just stood there in the corner of the room, like so nervous. Like, are these people going to kill me? Yeah. Oh man, Steve, I love you, man. That was such a brilliant moment. Like, I'll never forget that. But yeah, he accidentally kidnapped someone once. That's yeah.
My wife converted from Catholicism to Protestant, and we went to the church. And again, like, she's like out of her element. She doesn't know what's going on and everything. And it turned out, like, somebody was talking about, they were doing like a Noah thing, and some guy brought in a goat. Like, first time I've ever seen a fucking goat in a church ever in my life.
Isn't
But,
it? That's not a symbol of the devil.
She said her, she's like, she goes, "What's with the goat?" And I'm thinking, like, maybe it's a Noah thing, And I go, "What's the date?" She goes, "Well, it's this and this." I go, "Oh God, you're gonna love this. This is the annual bloodletting." And she,
The sacrifice.
the sacrifice, yeah. And she's like, "What?"
I do love a gullible person. They're so good. It's so easy just to wind them up. They're just easy wins, aren't they?
Oh, you're so lucky. I'm glad you get to see this for the first time in a Protestant church.
Wait till it starts
This is
spraying
what
into
Martin
the crowd.
Luther was talking about, right here.
If you're lucky enough, you get souvenirs. It's just chucking bits of goat into the crowd. What else have I got? Oh yeah, Dungeon Marley Maddox.
So I've covered two things that I don't talk about: politics and religion. So.
Again, they creep into conversation. We always say, "Oh, I don't want to talk about money, religion, or politics," but we always end up talking about those three things. It's just
The other one
incredible.
is, we went to a Catholic wedding, and my buddy, this big black guy, he's just like one of the best people on the fucking earth. He said he's like one of my best friends, and he's sitting behind me in the pew behind me. And anyway, they're doing the wedding, and when they do the Lord's Prayer, the Catholics stop at a certain point. Protestants have like a few more stanzas or something, like a few more bars there. That anyways, like, and so anyway, it stops. Cameron and I keep going, and then it does that trail off. And everybody turns. Like, sorry, Martin Luther, represent.
I love that. I've never been a churchgoer though. It's one of those things. I respect religion, but just never really been a big taker.
I'm more on unorganized religion more than religion.
I prefer chaos.
Just chaotic religion.
Chaos. Weirdly, I was kind of started off life being raised as Wiccan. My mum was like a white witch. She enjoyed that, and I was around that quite a lot when I was younger. And they used to do like May Day festivals, earth healing festivals. They have all these kind of amazing places where they get up and they do dances and rituals and stuff, which was fine. And I remember this is one of my stories. It's a great segue that I love mentioning segues, by the way, so they just don't sound natural at all. But we went to an earth healing festival when I was about 7.
You look like a natural seguer, is what you look like.
I am. And then I reel it back and go, did you see my segue? That right there, segue. Because it's good to just live in that moment for a little bit. Just be like, oh, I'm so good at this, aren't I? Just remind people, yeah, this is why I'm the biscuit guy and you're not.
I'm a cookie guy.
Well, yes.
See the cookie duster?
Cookie. So yeah, went to earth healing, but I was about 7. I think I was about 7. I think, and it's there's lots of they go and they get tents and they stay in tents, and then they have parties and stuff for the night. It's
Oh, yeah.
lots of stuff for the kids. It's great, right? And there's this
That's
plant.
where they do the goat thing.
Yes, not
No.
quite. That would have been that. I'd rather remembered that. That would have been great. This is where we sacrifice the idiot of the village.
That's what they need to sacrifice is the village idiot. That's what they need to sacrifice. Nobody's gonna
Come
miss
on,
him.
Jeff.
Hey, come here. Exactly. Come here,
You
Jeff.
signed it. You signed this napkin last night when you were fucking
What's
hot.
going on? Come here, buddy.
Oh,
Here, drink this.
Could you imagine?
Everybody, let's do a shot with Jeff. Okay.
But this event, there was this plant that was super endangered.
Does it feel dizzy out here? Anyway, go ahead.
Am I doing? Am I waving my head?
Sorry.
There's this plant at this event, and it's endangered. It's like a plant that goes back to prehistoric ages. I don't know what it is. It's that important. It's got its own little fucking fence around it, right? And they're like, "Oh, you got."
Now I'm interested in the plant.
Yeah, I don't know what it was, but it was very protected, and they were so precious about it. Now they explained this to me, but they also explained to me that it was poisonous, very poisonous. Don't touch a plant. Don't get near the plant. If you touch it, don't lick your fingers. It's dangerous. It'll kill you. I remember towards the end of the event, everyone crying and being upset. Who did it? Oh my god! Or whispering, "Oh my god, what happened?" And on the way back from this event, I get to my mom. I was like, "Mom, I saved everyone. I destroyed the plant." I chucked rocks on this plant and I killed it because it was poisonous. And I was really little, right? I was only 15 years old. I'm joking. I was really little. I crushed this fucking plant, and that's what everyone was so upset about.
You killed a prehistoric fucking plant.
I said this to my mom, and she screamed in the car. She's like, "Oh my god!" She's like, "That was you." I thought I was saving everyone from this deadly poisonous plant. Oh my god. I think they saved it. They saved the plant, by the way. I only chucked stones on it. I didn't like rip it out of the ground or anything. So, yeah.
You're welcome. Hello.
Yeah. I mean, come on. No one died, did they? You know what I mean?
Oh God. You saved everybody's life.
Saved everyone's life by destroying this endangered plant. Oh, this is going out live, isn't it? It's not even going to be edited.
There's only 3 left on the plate. Wait, two left on the plate.
I just remember that being one of the most explosive instant reactions I ever got from my mom. She screamed in the car. I literally screamed, like, "Oh my god, that was you!" Like, yeah. God. I think we're learning. I was a bit of a dickhead when I was a kid.
My mom would scream if I had the wrong shoes on.
So I'll cross that one off my list.
I'll put that one as what she would do if I killed the prehistoric plant.
By the way, I've got look at that. Like, I mean, you got Jamali Maddox there.
Oh,
Girl the Stone. I got is there any on that list that you like the look of? I mean, there's
well, hold on. I'm fucking 58, so I got.
So I've got Ron Carr, Waikiki Beach, Fonseca, Skegness kite flying fall, Mr. Aquafun, shoe coming off in Legoland.
Skegness kite flying fun. What's that? What do you got there?
So Skegness, right? It's a very simple story. Skegness. It's a place. What's the best way to explain Skegness?
I think that was my name.
If there's any British viewers now in the comments, I wish you could just give me help of how. It's a seaside town resort.
I'm fucking tired over you killed a prehistoric plant.
I don't think I killed it, by the way. I mean, as far as my memory is concerned, I put some stones on it.
Go for a minute or two.
I don't want like National Geographic turning up at my door tomorrow.
This thing was fertilized by fucking mammoth poop.
Oh god! But it was for the good of the good of mankind, you know.
It goes back 72 generations.
So Skegness is a seaside town in the UK. We like to you Americans, you're kind of like, we live in trailer parks, and you kind of like, I think you rib people or for kind of live. I don't know how that is, but we like to holiday in in these caravans.
We do holiday. We have the holiday RV parks and stuff like that, and like, and to me, it's more hassle than it's worth. Like they go there
A
like
home is
every
a home.
weekend,
I live
but
in
like
a
a trailer park is a different thing.
oh really?
Yes.
I mean, a home is a home. I live in an apartment. I don't live in a big swanky house, but
I got a
we
nice little house. It's not huge, it's not small, but it's not huge. Just a nice livable little house. It's nice. You don't live there because you want to.
okay. I get
Nobody
that. I get that.
dreams of getting the trailer.
So you're not going to go on vacation in a trailer park, and it's a completely
No,
different
you
experience.
are not going to go.
Okay.
However, if you have $40, a case of beer, and you're horny,
Grab a granny. I get it. Okay. I love that.
I'm going to catch some
Yeah,
shit for that
we,
one.
we went to Skegness. We went to Skegness, and we went to this holiday park. First of all, you
I've
kind of
got
roll the
old
dice.
Milwaukee.
You roll the dice at what sort of caravan you're going to be given. You can be given a really nice one. You can upgrade, I guess, but I don't know. Like they gave us one, but I think someone possibly died in because it smelled, or it just smelled terrible. Like it smelled like someone died in there. I don't think anybody
Possibly.
did, but like
Allegedly.
possibly. It smelled like death. It was fucking awful. We had to like open up all the windows and the doors and stuff, and it was fine. And we spent a fortune in the clubs, because whenever you go to the clubs in
You
these
don't have
places,
Febreze in England?
oh yeah, we do. I think we actually went out to the local supermarket and bought just air fresheners and just put them everywhere. It was awful. And we were on the beach this one morning, and I'm with Timmy, and Timmy, my lad, he's 9 now, but at the time he was small, and I'm letting this kite. It was a baby shark little kite, like it was just, I'm letting it up into the air, and he's getting upset because he's like, it's gonna fly away, you're gonna lose my kite. And I'm arguing with him, I'm going, no, it's fine, kid, so don't worry about it, this is a
This is
great
what it's
dad
supposed to
moment.
do.
Yeah, this is a moment between us. Shut up, man. Yeah. Enjoy the moment, kid. Shut the fuck up. Anyway, so anyway, I'm reeling at this kite. I'm looking up at it, and I'm like Timmy, calm down. And I'm backing up, and I'm backing up. In Skegness, on this beach, they have these handrails that disappear into the sand for the stairs. It goes into the sand. I'm backing up. I didn't see it, and I clip the back of it, and I go back. I fall over,
Oh
literally
no.
vertical, like literally, like not like I stumble and fall over. I literally fall over, like as if I got a pencil and just clipped it over. It was so bad, like, and we were with my wife, my wife's friend, her husband, their kids, and everyone just erupted on the beach when I come over. I look like a weeble war, but one of those things. So that's the kite flying. I sat there asking my wife, what stories can I tell? And she goes, oh, please tell the Skegness story, because it's so hilarious. But I think it's just because, like, I'm trying to have this magic moment with my kid. I'm letting up the flight, and then it's just the way I fell. Like, I wish someone filmed it, because I've never felt so vertical in my life. It's just whoosh, onto the sand. And I just lay there for like 2 minutes, just like, oh my God. It was so embarrassing.
No, we used to call it, like, there was a commercial back in the day where Don Meredith would drink iced tea, and it tastes so good that he just it was like he's falling back into a pool. Like, it's so
All right.
refreshing. It felt like, and it was called the Nestea Plunge.
The
Hey, Michael.
Nestea plunge.
Yeah. So that's what I'm thinking,
Okay.
like, just straight back, boom. I had a stepdaughter, and she was real little, and I was carrying her, and I was outside, and it was wintertime, and I hit a patch of ice. And I mean, I went straight fucking down, just like you did. And she went up. And she lands, and I hit the ground, poof. And like a second later, she lands on me. Poof. And then it was like on a sidewalk with like this 12-inch drop, and I slid off of it, and I hit the ground again. And I'm
Oh
like,
my God.
and she's like patting my face. She's like, "You fell down, Daddy. Be careful."
Wow.
And she's just patting my face. Be careful. I still don't like
I
but it
love
happened
that.
it just happened bang. Like I was just down.
But everybody laughs at like people falling over, but it's not happy. It's not funny when it happens to you, is it?
Because it's funny as fuck. It's happened to me. It's happened to you. And the next time you see it on the fucking internet, you're gonna laugh again.
Hmm. Yeah, I wasn't laughing at the time, but I laugh at it now.
There was a YouTube of people like walking down the sidewalk, and at the same place, people were just eating it, like just fucking wow.
There's a video of like I think it's a festival of music. I think it's in the UK, and people are walking past the same route, and they're all slipping on this same bit of grass. And
Yeah,
people just instead of telling people about it, they're just
yeah,
letting them do it and laughing
they're just
their
letting
head
them
off.
do it. Exactly.
Because I think
We
ultimately
used to
deep
have
down,
a.
go on.
Oh, I'm sorry. We used to have a Kmart here in town, and I went into Kmart and I was in there for about a half hour or so. But and in that time, like the right conditions had come along to where it was misting and freezing at the same time. So like I come out of because I walked in just and that's the way I usually walk too. It's like, but anyway, I come out and as soon as I got from underneath the awning, I fucking hit that and just fucking ate it. Like I was down, bang! Like I just fell flat on my back, and and this old lady was like walking, like out towards the parking lot at the same time. I turned around. I'm like, I rolled over. I'm like, stop! Like, don't fucking move.
She stops in the middle of the road, gets hit by a
She
truck.
did.
I've seen that one
She
before.
stopped like before she got out from underneath the awning. And I'm like, don't fucking stop!
Stop right where you are.
Yeah.
That's hilarious. Have you ever like panicked and thought you're gonna die and then realized that you're not gonna die and then you feel really silly afterwards? Because that's happened to me before.
Oh yeah.
I thought
Absolutely.
I actually thought I was gonna
Can't
die
give you
on
a
white.
specific, but absolutely.
I can. I remember one and I felt like such a dick. It's on my list. It's on my list. And it's I was lucky enough to go to Hawaii when I was about 18. And we went to Waikiki Beach. It was really nice. Hawaii's really cool. And I was like, I'm quite a strong swimmer. I love my swimming, and I thought, yes, swimming in Waikiki Beach, like doesn't get any better than this. And I'm swimming out, and the waves are getting harder and more rough, and I'm going like, oh my god, and I'm swimming up to where all the surfers are sat on the break wall, and all sat there, and I'm holding onto the wall. I'm looking up at these surfers, and this big swell of a wave I'm not even joking, picks me up and takes me over the wall and throws me like a few feet the other side of the wall, right? And I'm thinking, fuck, I don't know whether I'm upside down. I don't know whether I'm upright. I'm like panicking, and I'm like, oh my god, I'm splashing in the water. I'm a strong swimmer. I'm genuinely a strong swimmer. I'm struggling. I'm like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. I'm panicking. And then I just stood up. And these surfers all sat on this wall and they're all just fucking pissing themselves. They're like, what the fuck was that? Like,
you're in the kiddie pool.
because there's a sand runoff off the wall. So it was like 2 feet of water or something. And I thought I was dying. I thought I'd just been thrown into the deep depths of the Hawaiian Ocean. And then really, I could have just stood up.
2.5 feet.
Oh, it was again cemented in the brain. These are the things I think about as I'm about to go to sleep at night. They're kind of like, oh, do you remember that time you really fucked up on Waikiki?
All right, so I normally keep this at like 45 minutes, but this has been fucking
Oh my god.
amazing.
Hey, mate, I've got 6 more stories to go through. Sit the
You
fuck
know
back
what?
down.
What you're gonna have to do, Alex, is you're gonna have to come back on.
Absolutely.
So I
Yeah.
mean, that's all there is to it. We might have to collaborate on some stuff.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. So you've got the floor again. Tell us everything about you, where they can find you. Do you have a Patreon? Make sure if you have a Patreon, throw that out there. So
No Patreon, but you can follow the Shrewsbury Biscuit podcast, and it's like an audio magazine. I speak to authors and artists and business owners. I cover charities. I go to events, festivals. I think the one you listened to was I was at Drawn, which is a collaboration of art sellers and creators. I took a microphone around
yeah,
that.
that was
It's really
super
cool.
cool. That was super cool. The lady with the inner tubes and shit like that she repurposes for art. That sounded super cool.
Yeah, found an American in Shropshire. I was like, oh, okay,
Yeah.
hello.
That's right. She was the American.
Yeah, she was. Her
Who's
favorite biscuit was
biased?
compost. Do
This
you know what
guy?
compost? Do you know what a compost biscuit is? What she was
No,
talking about?
I don't know what a Jeffrey's biscuit is either.
Oh, okay.
I think I know what a fig roll is. That's the same thing as a fig Newton.
Yeah, that's the same thing. Yeah,
And, you know,
but yeah,
and I wouldn't be doing my job if I didn't ask, Alex, what's your favorite cookie?
the Shrewsbury biscuit, of course. That's great. Give us a follow on Instagram, on Facebook,
my friend
on TikTok.
My friend Amy just turns it. God damn it, Amy! Where the fuck have you been? You've been on for an
Amy,
hour
this
now.
isn't good
Now you
enough.
get on. Okay. Anyway, he's gonna be
Good.
back
Right,
on.
we're doing another hour. We're
gonna
doing
have to
another hour.
rewatch this.
No, doing another hour. Amy, sit down. I got some more stuff. I'm joking.
She's one of my oldest friends. She's one of my oldest. We're talking about like 40 years of friendship here. So
yeah, nice to meet you, Amy. For about 5 seconds.
So anyway, yeah, you got the floor. Anyway, go ahead.
Oh yeah, so yeah, the Shrewsbury Biscuit. The Shrewsbury Biscuit. It's an audio magazine. I've been doing it for 6 years, over 500 episodes, and it's about my little town, the birthplace of Charles Darwin. I appreciate you guys are all the way over the states, but we do have listeners,
Across the pond,
expats
Alex.
across the pond. Absolutely, and we have a lot of expats that have moved over to America and across the world that are listening to the podcast. But you know what? Just help a guy out. Give us a follow on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok. The Shrewsbury Biscuit Podcast.
Shrewsbury Biscuit Podcast. And as always, if you like a podcast, if you like a show, you cheap fuckers, all you got to do is just give him $1. Give him $1. I don't know where you got to give him $1 from. Mine's My Worst Holiday at, patreon.com. And as always, you can find me on Mosaic TV. My Worst Holiday on Mosaic TV. My Worst Holiday Podcast on YouTube. Look it up. You got to click the live link after you do that because I do StreamYard, they fucked it up. But anyway, from a room next to my bathroom in my basement, this has been My Worst Holiday. Good night, everybody.